Hi guys, Tara here from Divine by Designs. So today I am going to make a 36 loop tree topper Christmas bow. So I'm going to zoom in when I'm making it. I will be using my Deluxe EZ Bow Maker. I do know how to make them by hand, but it's harder. So this is kind of like almost a cheat sheet. So the first thing that we're going to do is pick out our ribbon. So I have this silver glitter ribbon. What's awesome about it is that the glitter is inside a sheer piece, so there's no glitter anywhere. This other ribbon is a silver snowflake ribbon on white ivory with a silver trim. So both of these rolls are 10 yards each. If you are making a big bow like this, but with only one color, it's easier if you can get a 25-yard spool of ribbon. If you can't, you can like kind of chop it and then continue. It's a little bit harder. We won't have to do this today. So the first thing I'm going to do is measure out my tail. So my Christmas tree is about 6 feet tall-ish. You can take the tails all the way down from the top to like the floor. I have cats, so unless I want my entire tree and the ribbon to be destroyed, I am going to make them 4 feet long, which they can totally still get to, but fingers crossed they don't destroy my entire Christmas decor this year. So I'm going to start with the silver ribbon. So I am making 2 tails of each, so that's 4 tails total of 4 feet. So this mat right here has numbers on it, so you can measure. So it goes to 24, so I just am going to have to measure it twice. So that's 1. After I do that, I'll just get the next 3 pieces and just measure it by the actual tail that I already cut. Okay, so we are done with the silver tails, and now we are going to do snowflake tail. So I think when you're cutting ribbon, it's really good to have a great pair of scissors. You're not going to believe me, but no, I do not have crafting scissors. The scissors that I use are my Wusthof kitchen set scissors. I have a second pair, so I have one for like my food and kitchen stuff and then one for this, but I love it. I got it at Williams-Sonoma. Again, you don't have to do that, but make sure the scissors that you're using are sharp, because when I have tried using bad scissors, it doesn't really work out well. Okay, so now we have our 4 tails that we are just going to put to the side, and we will start working on the bow. So let's get this ribbon started. The first thing that you're going to need is floral wire. I do have a paddle of silver, and then I just have green like everyone else does. I cut this to 30 inches. Make sure you're using wire cutters, not scissors. No scissors. You can ruin them. So what I do is I kind of fold it in half so I get the center point. I put it in the middle here, and then for now what I do is I put the wires underneath it just so that they don't get in my way, and I'll get them out later. Some people do this, some people don't. Again, your preference, whatever you want. So as I was saying before, it's easier when you have a 25 yard of ribbon, whether it's of 1 ribbon color, 2 ribbon colors. I get nervous, so I actually started 2 new ribbons, but the other one will not go to waste. I can totally make more bows out of it. So what I do is I will get the snowflake and the silver. I'll put the snowflake on top of the silver. It doesn't matter. It's just going to make the loops go a little quicker. So the first 2 inches, it's not going to be a loop because since I already pre-cut the tails, we're going to have to kind of make a little pseudo tail just to get it started. So I'm going to take the 2 inches. The pretty side that you want everyone seeing always faces down. And I'm just going to put it in between the 2 pegs. Now, you see how the inside is facing up? That is what we want. I'm going to take it to 6 inches, put my finger right on the 6, pull some ribbon. So I always pull extra. I know some people just dump it right on the floor. Again, guys, whatever's easier for you works. So the reason why I double it, there's actually 2 reasons. One, it makes this go quicker. Instead of doing 18 on either side individually, it's 9 double. So that's the first reason. The second reason is because I want them alternating in the bow. Sometimes when I make bows, I want, let's say, the silver in the back, the red in the front. For this, I don't. So this will make it easier for me to alternate as well without having to like pull and twist and pull and twist once I start poofing it. Can't wait to get to that step, guys. I'll talk more about it in a little. So you see here now the nice part's facing up. Anytime you go through these 2 pegs, twist it. See how I'm twisting it and now the ugly side is up? Well, it's still not ugly, it's still silver, but you know what I mean. So twist it, make sure everything's tight. Again, take it to the 6, put your finger by the 6. Make sure it's tight, pull, put in between the pegs, twist, and now we are on to loop number 2. Basically, we're just going to keep repeating this. So I'm just now not really using the numbers anymore. They do have the numbers on the side so you could see it, but I am now just kind of basing it on where the other ribbon is lying so that I know it's matching up, making sure this is tight. I'm gonna push down there. Again, get them both together, make sure they're tight through the pegs, just like that. Now, you know, listen, if it's a hair off, it's not a big deal. I admit I'm a perfectionist, so I would not be able to do that, but it really is not that big of a deal. I promise my perfectionism is my own little problem, I guess. Okay, so again, putting my finger there, I'm matching it up to the other bow loop. Looks good. Through the pegs. Oh, make sure it's on top of each other. This silver ribbon is awesome. It is not flimsy at all. It's really gonna hold the shape of the loops once we're done. The snowflake ribbon is good too, but it's a little flimsier compared to the silver, which brings me to my next point. I forgot to mention this earlier. You cannot do this with a ribbon that is not wired. Reason being is the wire is what helps you to form the loop when it's up. If there's no wire, it's going to be this floppy bow. You know, I have made bows for my tree, oh my God, since I was young, honestly. And if you make them well, they last. Like the bows that I have now, I have probably had for, oh gosh, 6 years. And there's nothing wrong with them. I just, you know, want to change it up. And every year, you know, I take my stuff out of all my boxes and my bows look like they got flattened by a car. And every year I get to fluff them out, and I love fluffing it. You know, I think it just provides me with a lot of satisfaction, because if you see the condition they're in when you're pulling it out of your Christmas storage, and then see the condition it is in and how beautiful it looks once you're done fluffing, it's like, oh my God, how did I even do that? So this one, you saw it kind of came apart. So with the silver underneath the snowflake. So I just want to make sure I measured it good. And I did, so now I'm going to try to get a hold of this again so it's together. Twist, flip, smooth. It's totally okay, and again, you'll see once I fluff it later, you see me like pressing down on it, you're probably cringing, but it's fine. It's just for the purpose of making the loops. You'll see how it fluffs out later when we are done. So this part, it's really just repetitive. And this is why I like the bow maker, because it's hard to hold a bow of this size in your hands. And you can, I've done it. I know people that will still only do it that way, and that is totally fine. But like I said to you earlier, whatever makes your life easier, and this makes my life easier. So it's a little secret cheater that I use, but I love it. And I'm so thankful for it. You can get it at stores for under $20. They do have other ones. I don't really know all of the other ones they have, but there are other ones that you could totally look into as well. I think one is called the Bodabra. I've never used it. I don't know a lot about it, but I'm sure you guys could search it up on YouTube and find a bunch of people that have used it and swear by that one. You know, again, it's whatever works for you. Worst case, if you buy it and it doesn't work out well, I'm sure there is a return policy at the store that you choose, as long as you didn't damage it, and you could just return it and get something else. So again, still on repeat through the pegs. Make sure they're together. Okay, twist. Oh, this twist is not working out well. See, once you start getting up there with the loops, it just, whether it's in your hands or a bow maker or anything, it kind of, you know, gets a little overwhelming, but I got it. Okay. Flatten it. Put my finger by 6 and take it around again. I just got to get ribbon aligned to make sure it's tight, and I'm doing it all equal. Okay, so let me just count how many I have before I go on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're going on our 6th set of loops, so we only have a few more left, and then I will show you how to put this all together and then fluff the bow. Okay, flatten, put my finger. Okay, so that is 6. Twist. See, it got a little curled up here, which isn't a big deal. The more we kind of roll it out, the easier it gets. Make sure it is aligned. Twist, flip, flatten, finger. You can make a song out of this soon. See, so again, what's easier about this is we're just doing 9 on either side opposed to 18. It's a process, you know. I don't think people realize how long some of these things take. And it's, listen, it's not taking my whole day, but it surely is not taking 5 minutes. And of course, you can always buy a pre-made bow. I never have. I've always made my own. And not even because of the cost. I mean, you can get some really beautiful bows that aren't a lot of money. I just like doing it myself. I like knowing I did it myself. I like picking out the exact colors that I want. So obviously, if you guys are shopping on Etsy, you know, you can probably request a custom one. But if you're just going to any old store, you know, what's there is there, and that's really the end of it. That's why I've always kind of bought stuff on Etsy, and, you know, I sell on Etsy now too, but I still buy stuff on Etsy, even though I sell on Etsy for stuff that I don't know how to do or make myself, just because I like getting exactly what I want, and I like getting what other people do not have. I like when people come into my house and they're like, oh, what store did you get that at? And I'm like, I didn't. Either I made it or someone made it for me. Not everything, you know, my couches were not handmade. I bought them at a store, but a lot of my decor pieces, not again all, but some, I have not gotten at a store. Okay. So now we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I definitely am going to count again once more. One time, years ago, I just, I was kind of paying attention, kind of not paying attention. I was doing it by hand, and, I made the whole bow and I cut everything, and I just forgot a loop. So now I triple count to make sure I don't do that again, because, again, you can wire it all in if you forget a loop. There's always ways to finagle it, but it's just, you don't want to if you don't have to. And I definitely didn't want to make that mistake, but I did. And I fixed it, but don't want that to happen again, especially when I am recording for you guys. So it happened once, never has happened since then. So I guess that is a good sign, but you never know. I full-time, I'm a high school counselor, and I also have a business, a private practice. I am a licensed therapist, and one of the biggest things we learned in grad school was never get too confident, because when you get too confident, that is when, I'm just gonna take this off now, that is when you will mess up. And it is so true. And in my practice, I'm confident, but not overly confident. And same goes for this. So I think this is the final loop. Again, not going to say definite until I twist this, get it through the peg, and then count it again. You could see we're at the end here, and it's getting a little more difficult, but we're gonna get this. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there's definitely 9 on this side, but I'm paranoid. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Guys, we are done. So I'm not gonna cut anything yet. Now what I'm gonna do is lift this entire thing up. Let me move that out of the way for you. Wire. When you guys take this out, grasp it with all of your might and do not let go. Now I like tying it from the back, so I'm going to just spin this around, flip this down. Okay, do not let go of it. Okay. Now I'm going to pull super tight, do a twist, and now it's in. And then the way I do it is, let me get this out of the way, is I hold this and I twist and twist. And I keep twisting a little more. Okay, so there. This, you're not even gonna see with all of the loops, so I am going to cut this right here, both ribbon. Okay, now we're going to move on to the tails. So let me just get that ribbon out of there. Go grab the tails. Okay, So for the tails, let's move that, don't need that, don't need this right now. The tails, I put the snowflake, then silver, then snowflake, then silver. I'm going to match all of the edges up here, okay? So all the edges are matched up, see? Get it together. Flip it over and fold it so that the edges now are matching there, okay? All right. I'm not gonna cut it yet. I will do that in a minute. Go back to the bow. Get to the middle here. Okay. So you see what I mean, guys, when I said you want to make sure you have enough wire? It's better to have extra and cut it. Okay, see? Pulled super tight. Twist, twist, lift it up, twist the whole thing once more. There we go. Now, want to make the ends look pretty on this, right? So, ooh, so excited to fluff it. What I'm gonna do, scissor, okay? You fold this, and then from the open side, so right, this is the open side, fold it, get your scissor, take it from the corner, cut up diagonally. There you go. So you could do this and kind of bunch them all together. I try not to, just because I feel like when I have done that, sometimes it's not aligned perfectly, and then when I cut it, it looks a little sloppy, and again, that drives me insane. So I'd rather just take the time and do each one. Again, whatever works for you guys, whatever makes your life easier, you could do it. That is the beauty of this. There are really no rules. A couple rules, but bendable rules. Okay. After this one, 2 more, and then it's fluffing time. Okay, so you see we have the wire in the back, we have the tails, and we got the bow. Let's fluff the bow. So we're gonna start here, okay? These tails out of the way, hand in, pull. Okay, so we want to do that to all of them first, right? Put my hand in, and then pulling it. You put it like this, maybe you could see it better. Hand in, pulling it, hand in, pulling. Once we get them kind of all out and fluffed, then what we're going to do is maneuver them the way that we want it. See? Hands in. Oop, missed the silver. Hands in, pull. Hands in, pull. Keep doing this all around. And you know, again, it doesn't have to be a perfect pattern. It doesn't have to be white, silver, white, silver, white, silver, white, silver. Whatever you guys want, as long as it looks nice and you're happy with it, then we're good to go. You see it? You see how poofy it's getting? Makes me so excited. Probably too excited. It's the little things in life, right? Okay, we're still fluffing. Almost done. Can you imagine we're almost done? I feel like we started 7 hours ago, but it wasn't. It's probably taking us 30 minutes max. Oh, I'm so excited. Cannot wait to decorate for Christmas. I always decorate early and everyone always makes fun of me, and then once I started making wreaths and selling them and realizing like, wow, while everyone's still in the summer, I'm already on fall. And when everyone's in the fall, sorry about that, guys, I am already in winter. I actually started some of my winter wreaths in the summer, and I was like in love because I obviously had to, Tyler, get out of here, had to listen to Christmas music. So it was fun. So my point proving, you see how I'm moving this around and my cat is prowling? Why I can't have super long tails. But if you guys don't have cats that are crazy like mine, you can totally get away with having long tails. So you see, so here it is now, right? So now they're all fluffed out, but you see how there's like this big hole there. So we're going to start moving around the ribbon to get rid of that. So remember there was that little nub. We started with the little nub and we ended with that little nub, and you know, as you're making it, you're probably looking at it like, oh my God, like everyone's gonna see the little nub. You don't see the nub, right? It is gone. No one even knows it was there. See, so now there's, again, really no rules. It's just getting this to look however it is that you want it to look. So I want it where I have a little bit of silver going on. I have a little bit of snowflake, a little more silver, a little more snowflake. That's how I want mine to look. You may want it more uniform, and if you do, you can use only one color ribbon. If you don't want it more uniform, you could use 4 different ribbons. You could use 2.5 inch ribbon and a 1.5 inch ribbon. You can really mix it however you'd like. When I make my bows for my wreaths, I do a mixture, all the same, different sizes. I use 2 colors, 3 colors, 4 colors. It's whatever I think looks nice, and really whatever it is that I want to do. So we're almost there. See, there's still a few gaps, but we are getting there. It's down here that I want to poof out. I think I like this. Okay, let's separate this. Right, and when this gets on the tree, we'll be able to see it even more. But here is our 36 loop, 8 tail tree topper Christmas bow. Thank you guys so much for watching. Any questions, if you want any info, I will put all of this in the description, and please reach out to me if you need any help. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you loved it.